Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So I am making, I think, a big poppy flower. I love poppies, and my mom has a beautiful garden, and she always has these poppies that come out, and they're just so pretty to me. So kind of going through and getting the basic of it in there, and I think I want to add a little more. It's funny, food. I had my infusion. All my days are blending together. I was going to say yesterday, but I had it on Tuesday because today is Thursday. And so I sometimes when I have my infusions, nothing seems to ever taste good or right. And then sometimes I'm hungry constantly. And then sometimes it's like it just comes. I mean, I guess this is like anything for anyone. It just comes like out of the blue that I am like so hungry. And I was just sitting here starting to paint, as you can see. And I got very hungry and I got a headache all at the same time. So I probably should eat some more. But it's funny how that just all of a sudden. So if you heard me go kind of gasp a little bit there. But thankfully the infusions right now are not. Oh, we have thunder and lightning, and oh my, that like shook my whole house. Who cares about my food now? I'm literally like I heard it. I don't know if it's coming through very well on the recording, but it was quite loud. And like I said, it shook me more than I thought it was going to shake. Can you tell I'm a little bit distracted? So let's see. Now that I've got all of that, I'm going to kind of go back and smooth some of this out a little bit. I still want like some of the roughness to kind of shine through there, but I'm gonna add in some like darker shades in there, so the coloring will change just a little bit as we go through, and then a little lighter shading so that the color kind of goes through, and I'll go back in and work more of that in as I go along. But I'm trying to make myself do a little more detail on some of my paintings, because a lot of times, honestly, I just rush through them, and when it's done kind of thing. But I'm really trying to get like more aware of, like I said, the shading and coloring of things, and more detail in the paintings. That's kind of where I'd like to go with a lot of this. And I used a couple different brushes as I'm going along here to do some different motions and techniques and stuff. So that's kind of where it's at. And like with that, I put in some purple, but we'll see how that goes. So today, Owen went to his therapy, but we started off the morning. We went to breakfast with a new friend that's going to help just do some different activities with Owen. Right now with me, for those of you that are new, I'm in the middle of breast cancer treatments, and I still want to go do things, but I can't always. I don't have all the energy and everything to kind of just, he wants to go bowling and swimming and different things, and it's hard for me. I also need a hip replacement, so I'm facing that and everything. So it's different things like that I want to still go do stuff, but I need to be realistic. Like, I just don't have the energy right now with like the chemo. Well, now it's not chemo, it's just the maintenance infusions, but they still are, oops, I poured way too much. They still are tiring, and it's a lot to kind of deal with and think about, and just lots of stuff like that. So I'm trying to still give him like the activities, and so when he was with his camp that he went there to his therapy place, one of the volunteers, she's going to start helping us with some different activities, and bowling and swimming and things like that. And so I'm very excited, because I know he'll enjoy it, and I won't always go with them depending on what's happening, or if I have appointments or different things, but I will still be able to kind of go and enjoy the moments, but not like get so tired from actually doing some of the things. So I think it'll be a good fit for all of us. Like I said, I'm trying to do a little more detail in what I'm doing, and so now I'm gonna go in and oops, I haven't done well, it doesn't matter what order I do them. I'm trying to, like I said, not rush through some of this stuff as much, but I can tell you that's also very hard for me because I'm a rusher. I like to get it done. So, okay, it sounds like the rain has calmed down a little bit now, so we'll see. So then after we went to breakfast, which I got him a kid's pancake meal, and then I knew that I was going to get, he loves chicken fried steak, and so my meal came with hash browns and grits and the chicken fried steak and gravy and biscuits. And so I had all of that, and I shared it with him. But he kept telling me I didn't give him enough of the pancakes. He wanted more pancakes. So it was kind of funny because he he ate a lot. I mean, he ate a ton of stuff. But it's so funny how he kept saying he wanted more pancakes, more pancakes. So he ate 3, 4, 5, I don't know how many little pancakes, and then he ate most of my eggs. I had 2 eggs. He ate most of the white part of the eggs, and I ate the yolk part on one of my or a couple of my biscuits, one of my biscuits. Anyways, and then he had some of the other stuff. So the biscuits and the gravy and he ate most of the chicken fried steak. So he was not missing too much by not getting extra pancakes there. It's amazing how much he kind of eats now, and you know, which is a good thing. He's finally, when he was younger, he's still small for his age, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, but when he was younger, he was always in the 10th percentile of weight and all that. And it took him a while to get a lot of the weight on him. And so, you know, it's good to finally have him, like, he's always been a pretty good eater, which isn't always, you know, something with, but I've always tried to get him to, you know, kind of eat specific foods and learn, you know, to adjust to different things in it. And so I feel like he's done really well with his eating habits and everything. But we had a lot of fun today, and we were supposed to go bowling, but they didn't have water at the bowling alley, the area. I guess they were working on the road or something, and the water was turned off, or, you know, for whatever reason, or they had a break, or who knows. I could keep guessing, but so we didn't get to go bowling, but he handled it. He was you know, wanting to go, but at least he dealt with the change and everything. He was okay. So okay, I am gonna do a stem thing here. Oh, I got the sneezes, and we've had some very, very hot days. Summer has not. It's so funny because it was so cold for the time frame earlier on in, like, May, and even the beginning of June. It still felt like there were days that were quite cool, and then it's been this wild, like, heat the last few days. So we'll see what happens as time goes on here. I was going to do that a lot different than I just did that, but it'll work. So I think I'm trying to learn, like I said, to kind of do things a little more realistically. Not that this looks realistic, but that is my goal, is to kind of change it up a little bit so that I'm learning how to do more fine points and things like that. So one of these days maybe I'll get it where it's, more specific on that, but we'll get there. Get there eventually. But I think I'm about done. Should probably use one of those tiny brushes and really learn to do detail, but it's just never been something I've worked on to do. So one day. Okay, so we're just gonna let it be. I do O for Owen, and then L and B. So there we go. Thanks so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles, toodles.